Hi there, Sagittarius. Thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for March. Being one of the most outgoing, gregarious and garrulous members of the zodiac, home and emotions is not always the area that you're most focused on because, of course, you like drama, you like sociability and interaction with others. But something within your immediate environment can be changing in the first 2 or 3 weeks of this month. It could even be a complete house move. Then again, it could be some kind of reorganisation, home improvement scheme, something that's more structural, something that's more do-it-yourself. Maybe it's going to work more at a decorative level, but some kind of evolution can occur. Now, anything that you do, you've probably got one eye on what the benefits can be from a financial viewpoint. There may be some commitment that's required, and initially, as the month begins, on the back of a wonderful new moon, you may be totally up for the challenge. But Saturn, the planet of restriction, is going to start to twist backwards at the start of this month, as is Mars. And they both feed into your situation in slightly subtle and different ways. Now, Mars, of course, is about go-getting energy, and it is in a very sociable area. So it's possible that over the next 60 days, you're just going to put some sociable aims just slightly to one side as you focus on these more personal hopes. With Saturn in a much more psychological level, you'll really come in over the next year, right through to the end of December, and then part of 2015, to an end zone in your situation. You'll come in to an area where you're clearing up lots of loose ends. It may not seem like it at the moment, but that will become more obvious to you next year. So again, if you find yourself doing things that are more to do with planning, research, bedding down for the future, putting down deeper roots, but not necessarily getting the immediate rewards, that again could ring true for you. But it doesn't have to be all work and no play, because Mercury, the planet of talk and thought, is sparkling brilliantly for you in your third solar house through to the 17th, and in week 2 forges an awesome link with Mars. This still suggests there's going to be time to connect with your favourite people, but you probably do want to let them know exactly what you're doing, and it's going to be important for them to be interested in caring in the nurturing practical agenda that you're building up. Now, Venus moves on the 6th. On the same day, Jupiter, your ruler, starts to go forwards, and it's in your sector of long-term wealth and prosperity. Between now and the end of June, something can happen which can make you feel a lot more secure. If things have been treading water a little bit since about the middle of November last year, you'll understand why this was. Now you can be a little bit more realistic, but it is still in opposition with Pluto this month and squaring up with Uranus, suggesting that patience is going to be important. And if you suddenly get a little bit erratic and restless for instant results, you could spoil what is a promising possibility. In week 3, Venus is forging a delicious link with Uranus. Now, this does feed directly into your love life, and if you're footloose on Fancy 3, if you have been yearning for some deeper foundations in your life at the start of this month, part of the reasons that you can be attracted to someone is not just their playfulness, allure and attractiveness. It may be because you're wanting something deeper, something that's fundamental towards your basic emotional needs for security. But it can also be fun, and in existing relationships can also benefit from some spontaneity. If you're often the one that's coming up with ideas of how things can be enlivened between you and yours, it can be really exciting if your partner actually comes up with an idea to do something different and to have some fun. And the more random this is, the more your heart will start to race quicker. The middle of the month sees a quarter moon. This quarter moon may ask you to realign certain energies. If you have been very focused on your home, emotional and foundation base to the point that you've been neglecting your professional demands or the need to feed in the money and support and shelter to the people at the heart of your world, well, someone could give you a timely reminder. When Mercury moves on the 18th, it goes back into Pisces where it was earlier this year. This is not its greatest zone for you, I've got to be honest, but it may mean that you've got to do a little bit more talking at a heart-to-heart level with those who are important to you. It does get rather tangled up with Neptune at the start of week 4, which can be confusing for us all. But for you, perhaps there could be a little bit of fearfulness if you do feel that your earlier desire to get homely suddenly seems like it could threaten your desire to be free, independent and individual, a very, very basic need for Sagittarians. But you're going to have to get through that week. Unfortunately, the Sun moves on the 21st into the best part of your scope. It's going to revive your physical energy. You're going to feel more go-getting, much more upbeat. And as the Sun combines with Uranus as this month comes to a close, a brilliant idea of yours could really see you propelled forwards. But there is a bit of a catch, because the second new moon, which occurs on the 30th of this month, tangles up with Jupiter and Pluto in quite a negative way, and Uranus too. And even if you are being innovative, you need to understand the politics, especially if there's shared finance concern. There could be the potential for treachery or some kind of betrayal, or you could be tempted to go for the main chance when you need to be considerate of your own responsibilities to others too. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.